What would you do with billions of dollars in the bank? Buy a private island, launch your own space program, or try to change the world? Imagine having more money than you could ever possibly spend in a lifetime. Now, multiply that by 15. Meet the people who don't have to imagine the richest human beings on the planet with personal fortunes that defy belief. These are wealths that are simply incomprehensible to the most of us. Their net worth figures have so many zeros you'd get dizzy counting them. With bank balances bigger than some nations, these tycoons can buy practically anything they want, from private jets to Caribbean islands. But who are these multi-billionaires, and how did they accumulate such astronomical fortunes? Let's find out. Number 10. Mukesh Ambani. Starting off our list is none other than the richest person in Asia, Mukesh Ambani, with a $134 billion portfolio. He transformed Reliance Industries into India's largest company spanning oil and gas, telecom, retail, and now technology e-commerce. Ambani's fortune has nearly quadrupled since 2016 as new digital ventures rapidly gained users and outside investment. He is pivoting Reliance into clean energy, 5G, and online medicine grocery. Ambani also owns the Mumbai Indian cricket team and the most expensive private residence in the world, a $2 billion Mumbai tower. Mukesh Ambani was born in 1957 in Yemen, where his parents briefly lived as Indian expatriates. His father, Dhirubhai, launched the precursor to Reliance Industries in 1966, importing polyester and exporting spices from India while expanding into petrochemicals and oil refining. Mukesh joined straight after earning an engineering degree to learn his father's business. He quickly pioneered innovations like building the world's biggest oil refinery and mass-producing polyester in new complexes dotted along India's coastline. Mukesh leveraged paternal ties with India's powerful politicians to acquire land and licenses. Expanding capacity let Reliance top soaring local energy demand as India's middle class and economy grew. After his father passed away in 2002, Mukesh Ambani survived a bitter feud with his younger brother over control that split the firm. Thereafter, he completely dominated Reliance, becoming Asia's richest man within a decade. His wife, Nita, a former teacher, also evolved into a global business leader as Reliance expanded. Lately, Ambani aggressively invested billions into emerging technologies like retail, streaming, and even satellite broadband. He sold off chunks of Reliance valued at billions to marquee investors like Facebook and Google, which helped finance new consumer-focused ventures. Reliance Retail and the digital platform Jio, leveraging India's smartphone boom, signed up over 425 million subscribers in just 4 years. Number 9. Steve Ballmer. Number 9 is Steve Ballmer with $119 billion. Ballmer was CEO of Microsoft for 14 years after his former classmate Bill Gates stepped down. He still owns 333 million shares in Microsoft alongside the LA Clippers NBA team. Ballmer's booming voice and energetic charisma were part of his signature style while leading Microsoft. He focused on cloud computing before handing over his successor, Satya Nadella, in 2014. Under Nadella's leadership, Microsoft shares have tripled, greatly boosting Ballmer's net worth even after leaving. Born in 1956 outside Detroit, Ballmer studied applied mathematics and economics at Harvard. There, he shared a dorm room with sophomore Bill Gates, and they became close friends. After graduation, Ballmer worked in product management for his biscuit company Procter & Gamble, but Gates convinced him to lead Microsoft's marketing division. After moving the firm to Washington in 1980, Ballmer officially became Microsoft's 30th employee and its first business manager. He headed sales and support, managing exponential growth in computers running Microsoft software. Ballmer's loud, commanding presence and marketing flair complemented technical wizard Gates perfectly. He drove the slogan, "A personal computer on every desktop running Microsoft software," against rivals like Apple and IBM. His aggressive and competitive style reflected the software firm's relentless ambition. Ballmer succeeded Gates as CEO from 2000 to 2014. As Windows and Office dominated the PC revolution, he more than tripled annual revenues to over $70 billion through product improvements and global expansion. Ballmer oversaw major success stories like Xbox gaming along with misses like smartphone software. He realigned Microsoft around devices and services before stepping down amidst pressure for a new direction. His 4% personal stake today in Microsoft totals $119 billion from stock growth and successor Satya Nadella. Though no longer involved, the booming personal fortune still ranks Steve Ballmer amongst the richest persons walking among the planet today. Number 8. Larry Page. The 8th spot is Larry Page with $99 billion. Matching his co-founder Sergey Brin, Page served as CEO of Alphabet until stepping down in 2019. Though he and Brin still control the business and sit on the board. Page oversees tech incubators investing in AI, life extension, and flying cars. He's funneling money into anti-aging research, hoping that one day he can cure death. Larry Page lives relatively modest given his enormous wealth. He shies away from the public spotlight and focuses intensely on future innovations. Larry Page was born in 1973 in Michigan, where his parents worked as computer science professors. He studied engineering at the University of Michigan and became obsessed with how computer works might organize global information. Page headed west for PhD study at Stanford, intersecting with Sergey Brin in their joint work on search technology. Page takes a long-term perspective, including pondering the 100-year impact of inventing something as powerful as the internet. Even as CEO, Page bet on ambitious moonshots like Google X Lab while trusting Brin to oversee core moneymakers like search ads. Alphabet today invests billions into experimental other bets like self-driving cars, delivery drones, AI, and biotech. Page personally founded 2 Alphabet companies, air taxi firm Kitty Hawk and longevity startup Calico. Kitty Hawk is building an electric urban air mobility network aiming for safety comparable to commercial airlines. Calico funds basic research into cellular senescence and disease propagation, hoping to extend human lifespans dramatically. Despite his fame, Page shuns public attention and focuses intensely on inventing breakthrough future technologies. Fortune once described him as painfully introverted, masking relentlessly ambitious visions perhaps only matched by SpaceX founder Elon Musk. Number 7. Bill Gates. Of course, no list on the world's wealthiest is complete without mentioning Bill Gates. Gates is currently number 7 with $124 billion. He co-founded Microsoft in 1975 and ushered in the personal computing revolution. For a long time, he was the world's richest human. Gates has donated $50 billion to charity and plans on giving most of his wealth away. After stepping down as Microsoft CEO in 2008, he has focused efforts on global health, education, and climate change through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, launched in 2000. The tech visionary remains optimistic that technology and capitalism can alleviate poverty and inequality across the world. Born in Seattle in 1955, Gates showed an early fascination with computer programming. After his school acquired a primitive ASR-33 teletype terminal at 13, he wrote his first software program for the GE system based on the game Tic-Tac-Toe. Gates met Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen at prep school, where they shared a similar passion for coding. Gates enrolled at Harvard University in 1973, but dropped out 2 years later upon co-founding Microsoft with Allen. They created software written in BASIC for the earliest personal computers like MIT's Altair 880s. Then in 1988, IBM contracted Microsoft to supply the operating system for its upcoming personal computer. Gates shrewdly acquired rights to sell their MS-DOS system to any hardware partner, ceding Microsoft's industry dominance. MS-DOS, along with the application suite Microsoft Office, became standard business software as corporations adopted personal computers. Rapid growth made Gates the world's youngest self-made billionaire in 1987 at just age 31. By 1995, Gates had become the world's wealthiest person as Microsoft's 90% plus market share in the new Windows operating system minted a tech empire. At a peak of over $300 billion in today's terms, Microsoft became the world's biggest company, making Gates the first ever centibillionaire. Number 6. Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett, the most famous and influential investor alive, is worth $132 billion. Buffett runs Berkshire Hathaway, a sprawling conglomerate holding company with stakes in dozens of major US firms. Known as the Oracle of Omaha, his investing track record and wisdom are legendary. Buffett made his first investment at age 11 and became a billionaire by age 56. Now 91, he still runs Berkshire Hathaway along with longtime business partner Charlie Munger. Buffett lives modestly in Omaha, Nebraska, noted for his humility despite his vast fortune. He's already donated $45 billion to Gates' Giving Pledge and plans to give over 99% of his wealth to charity. Born in 1930 in Omaha, Buffett's father, Howard, worked as a stockbroker and 4-term congressman. His mother, Leah Stahl Buffett, led a small grocery store. Young Warren showed early fascination with numbers, business, and investing. By 11, he bought his first stock. In high school, he ran business enterprises including pinball machines placed across barbershops. After undergrad at Wharton, Buffett studied under Benjamin Graham, the father of value investing, at Columbia Business School. He soon launched investment partnerships that became the precursor to Berkshire Hathaway. With funding from family, Buffett accumulated a diverse portfolio of undervalued stocks, insurance companies, and a failing textile mill. His disciplined and rational analysis of companies' long-term cash-generating ability led to immense personal wealth. When his wife Susie died in 2004 after 52 years of marriage, she controlled over $2.5 billion in assets of her own. Thanks to her husband's early investing prowess, over 6 decades, Buffett has acquired dozens more companies, wholly or shares across insurance, energy, transportation, industrials, and consumer goods. Berkshire today employs over 400,000 people with dozens of constituent firms like Geico, Dairy Queen, and BNSF Railway. Still in excellent health, the Oracle has assured investors Berkshire is institutionally set up to endure past his lifespan. Number 5. Larry Ellison. Larry Ellison holds 5th place with $141 billion. Ellison co-founded software firm Oracle in 1977, earning him an enormous fortune in company shares. He stepped down as Oracle's CEO in 2014 after 8 years, but remains its chairman and CTO. Ellison has already donated $2 billion to charity and signed the Giving Pledge, intending to give away his fortune. Known for its lavish lifestyle with luxury homes, resorts, and exotic vehicles, Ellison was born in Manhattan in 1944 to a single mother. Ellison endured hardship as a child, adopted by his aunt and uncle in Chicago. A mediocre university student in Illinois during the 1960s, Ellison dropped out 2 colleges in his early 20s after his adoptive mother passed away. He headed west to California and honed his emerging computing skills during the early 1970s. This included gig work around respiratories, report writing, and assembler coding that eventually earned steady paychecks as a programmer. In 1977, Ellison partnered with former Alex colleagues Bob Miner and Ed Oates to create Oracle's initial leading product, Oracle version 2. The first SQL-based relational database aimed at managing information across systems requiring scale-up servers and ongoing maintenance. Ellison's software differed from mainframe-based corporate databases of the time. This path-breaking achievement earned Oracle over $1 million in its first 2 years. The founders have kept over 60% of ownership, becoming multi-millionaires almost overnight. Ellison aggressively marketed integrated business software solutions as Oracle became the industry's standard database for client-served networks by 1986. Barely a decade after its founding, Oracle had already minted Ellison's debut on Forbes' Richest Individuals list, which he has never dropped from over 35 consecutive years. Oracle's dominant database today still manages 91% of enterprise data, warehouses, and transaction processing workloads, despite intense competition from Microsoft, Amazon, and startups. Number 4. Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg holds number 4 with $170 billion. Zuckerberg famously co-created Facebook in his Harvard dorm room at barely 20 years old. He soon dropped out to work full-time on Facebook, which now boasts over 3.6 billion monthly users. Zuckerberg has faced scandals around data privacy, election interface, and misinformation, but continues rapidly expanding. He commands nearly total control of Facebook and its prized data assets. At just 38, he could well climb even higher on this list in the decades to come. Born in 1984 outside New York City, Zuckerberg excelled academically with passions for math, programming, history, and the classics. Early feats included building communication software by age 12 alongside Atari video games. He created an AI-powered personal digit assistant while still in high school, and reputedly once created a music app able to reorganize his friends based merely on their footfalls. While at Harvard in early 2004, Zuckerberg hacked together the initial Face Mash website, pranking students with voting comparisons on who looked more attractive on campus. This first garnered Zuckerberg's attention, including Harvard Crimson newspaper coverage. Soon after in February, Zuckerberg expanded his nascent social network focused on Harvard dorms and campus life, utilizing viral growth to overcome early website crashes. Within 24 hours, over 1,200 students had registered, seeing explosive adoption and buzz. Investor Peter Thiel backed the fledgling startup with a $500,000 seed funding within months, alongside other key supporters like Sean Parker of Napster fame. Zuckerberg soon after dropped out to relocate operations towards Silicon Valley, a gusty move for any founder, but especially one barely of legal drinking age. Nonetheless, users across elite campuses and eventual workplaces propelled Facebook's expansion into that critical year before site membership opened fully by September of 2006. After one short decade since its founding in that Harvard dorm, Facebook was soon reaching 1 billion users worldwide thanks to Zuckerberg's visionary, borderless platform. Mark Zuckerberg retains near absolute control with special voting shares today and still leads the vision around connecting the global community. However, the Facebook creator has weathered severe criticism regarding privacy, state-sponsored disinformation, and hate speech. Being an early developer of key underlying internet infrastructure brings power but also civic accountability as a structure enabling modern social discourse. Zuckerberg has sought to balance often contradictory demands while spearheading his company's relentless growth and innovation. Facebook today operates a business empire that includes Instagram, WhatsApp, and VR firm Oculus while pursuing futuristic smart glasses, neural interfaces, and financial blockchain wallets. At just 38 years old, Zuckerberg still has decades ahead with near unlimited resources to shape our collective human future according to his ideals of openness, community, and universal connectivity. Number 3. Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos takes the bronze medal with $190 billion. Bezos transformed retail and delivery with his online bookstore Amazon, making him exceedingly rich. He founded Amazon in 1994 and still owns 10% of the company's stock. Bezos drove Amazon relentlessly to lower prices and faster delivery times. He stepped down from CEO recently to focus on other ventures. He owns the Washington Post and his space company Blue Origin. Bezos has vowed to combat climate change using his enormous wealth, but has faced criticism for tax avoidance despite his unprecedented fortunes. Born in 1964 in New Mexico, Bezos' mother was a teenager when he was born, while his biological dad managed a bike shop. His stepfather, Mike Bezos, adopted young Jeff, who took his last name. Mike worked as a petroleum engineer for Exxon before moving the family around Texas as needed for job transfers. Young Bezos spent summers castrating bulls and maintaining equipment on his grandparents' 2,500-acre South Texas ranch. There, he also displayed engineering proficiency like homemade solar cookers or amateur electric alarm systems around the property. Bezos studied computer science and electrical engineering at Princeton. After graduating, he worked at telecom startup Fitel before moving to Wall Street hedge fund D.E. Shaw. He became D.E. Shaw's youngest ever vice president before age 30, thanks to skills in IT systems and quantitative analysis. By then, he'd already mapped ambitions to utilize emerging online networks towards retailing at a global scale. Thus, in 1994, Bezos founded Amazon, initially selling books. After driving west backed by over $1 million in early investment, originally based in a Seattle area garage, Amazon relentlessly pursued the expansion of products and speedy delivery. Bezos drove innovations like personalized recommendations and then fast, free shipping for loyal Prime members. This disrupted physical chains and expanded Amazon across endless retail segments from fashion to groceries to streaming entertainment. Shrewd technology integrations, like the purchase of robot firm Kiva, let Amazon massively scale operations through 200 W warehouses serving billions in e-commerce scales over the quarter century. Amazon has amassed colossal market value and transformed Bezos into the world's wealthiest man, albeit temporarily at its peak. Number 2. Elon Musk. In the silver medal second place is the CEO Elon Musk, valued at $215 billion. Musk co-founded several revolutionary companies, including electric automaker Tesla, rocket producer SpaceX, as well as solar power and AI ventures. He's known widely as an eccentric workaholic driving intense visions for the future. Musk hopes to make humanity multi-planetary with ambitions to populate Mars in the coming years. He's promised to give away most of his money if it can't be properly allocated to solve humanity's problems. Musk has over 100 million followers on social media and upended that many thought possible out of sheer determination. Born in 1971 in South Africa, Musk taught himself computer programming as a child. By age 12, he coded his own video game and sold it to PC Magazine. His parents divorced, leaving Elon to live mostly with his engineer dad. He left South Africa at 17 for Canada, escaping mandatory military service before entering Queen University at 18, sharing a room with 2 other students. Transferring to Wharton brought Musk closer to the American entrepreneurial sphere, where he earned degrees in physics and business. In 1995, Musk moved to Silicon Valley, founding his first startup, Zip2, an online media publishing software for news organizations like the New York Times. Zip2 sold in 1999, netting Musk $22 million. He soon after launched X.com, which developed digital payment infrastructure. X.com merged in 2000 with startup Confinity, whose PayPal peer-to-peer digital transfers became a success. When PayPal sold to eBay in 2002 for $1.5 billion, Musk netted $180 million. Newfound wealth let Musk fund his future flagship endeavors. In 2002, Musk founded SpaceX, building rockets with the intent to enable human space colonization while reducing flight costs tenfold. Days later, he founded electric automaker Tesla to accelerate sustainable transport technology. Both firms narrowly escaped failures and production bottlenecks before emerging as staples, changing automotive and aerospace fields. While expanding Tesla sedans and then Solar City green panels, SpaceX grew reusable orbital-class rockets. It birthed Crew Dragon, carrying astronauts and Starlink internet satellites, now numbering over 3,000 above Earth. Musk endured significant criticism as a demanding boss, driving unorthodox visions facing skepticism. Yet his ambition to match massive personal risk into multiple ventures proved prescient. Expanding wealth lets Musk develop Neuralink brain interfaces, tunneling outfit Boring Company, and even acquisitions like Twitter to further expand reach. Eccentric at times, but undeniably original, Elon Musk has catalyzed whole new industries that may fundamentally transform human futures on Earth and amongst the stars in ways we cannot yet imagine. Number 1. Bernard Arnault. Bernard Arnault, the richest human on the planet as of 2023, is worth $220 billion. Arnault oversees his massive luxury empire, LVMH, with dozens of the world's top fashion and alcohol brands like Louis Vuitton, Dior, and Moet. His family owns nearly 50% of LVMH and has created a multinational juggernaut of wealth. At one point, he looked set to overtake Elon Musk for the world's richest human until Tesla stocks rebounded. Now 73, Arnault has built LVMH rapidly by seizing opportunities and strategic acquisitions over time. Born in 1948 in France, Arnault's father owned a major DMC civil engineering contractor that helped build up Africa. He studied engineering himself before joining a poultry family business selling construction materials. But 24-year-old Arnault saw greater potential in manufacturing luxury products catering to Europe's elite. He convinced his father to acquire the bankrupt textile firm Boussac, including the deluxe brand Christian Dior as a crown jewel. This first pivotal corporate takeover made Arnault the new face of French luxury and began his emphasis on ownership of only the most prestigious brands globally. Through the 1970s, Arnault kept acquiring renowned yet struggling makers of champagne, Cocher, cognac, and more, often for relative pittance. He then utilized his architectural engineering and creative direction to restore their profitability, prestige, and growth in what would become trademark strategies. Upon acquiring a majority of LVMH in 1989, Arnault became instrumental in catalyzing the biggest resurgence ever witnessed in French luxury, concentrated under one umbrella. Already knighted for reviving and persevering France's heritage industries, he even convinced France's finance minister to promote his advisors into top policymaking to stimulate luxury exports competitive against Italy. Today, LVMH controls dozens of the most exclusive luxury houses, spanning wines and spirits like Moet and Chandon or Hennessy, fashions like Louis Vuitton, plus cosmetics, watches, and high-end retail chains. With over $70 billion in sales across 150 countries, Arnault has crafted LVMH into likely the greatest personalized fortune ever derived from luxury. Critics fear Arnault leaves little room for emerging creative designers and crowding out competition, yet none dispute LVMH upholds standards of quality and prestige that position France still as arbiter-in-chief of luxury worldwide. Now senior but still intimately involved, Arnault has even groomed children into top executive roles, ensuring continuity alongside Gates, Buffett, and others. Bernard Arnault has certainly etched his name for good amongst the richest titans in the modern world. Speaking of the world's richest people, have you ever wondered which companies are the wealthiest in the world? Click on the screen and see you there.